What's up guys, Steve back at it with another video. In this video I will be talking about a keyless ignition switch from a company called Digital Guard Dog. So they sent me out a unit for me to do a install and review. So essentially in the box you get the Digital Guard Dog keyless ignition system. The DGD is the Digital Guard Dog. The KIM is the keyless ignition module, and the P stands for plug and play. They have a wide variety of plug and play systems on their website. If they don't have a system for your motorcycle particularly, they also have a universal one. So if you're interested in that, you can go get that from their website. In the actual module, we get the keyless ignition module. You get two key fobs. These have a proximity sensor to them. If you're within range of it, it will start your motorcycle up. You can just keep these in your pocket. You get the ignition switch module and the stop running switch T-harness and the 1-inch red fork. I believe that either goes to the ground. Where I'm going to mount the RFID ignition module. Essentially, when I put the gas tank back to its original proprietor, it'll just kind of sit nice and tucked away in there and be kind of out of the way. So after locating where I want to place the module, the stop runs plug and play connector with the T. Essentially, you just unplug the factory harness. So they're direct plug and play kit. Then you take the existing connection from the module and plug it in. Essentially what this does is it bypasses the key switch. So the key ignition switch is completely useless at this point in time. After installing the T-harness connector, you want to unhook the ignition switch, which is down here. I'm not going to unhook this because it's kind of a pain in the butt to install those. But essentially what it is you'll connect this wire that goes all the way to the control module here. So now everything's all wired up. Before testing the unit, you're going to take your fork and hook it up to your negative battery terminal. Essentially what this does is it just grounds out the system, because the ignition switch is actually supplying power to the bike. And this is just a way to ground it to make sure you don't have any issues with power. After hooking the ground wire to the battery, as you can see, I have the ignition control module. The wire's hooked up to the ignition of the bike, and these connections down here, they go to the T-harness up to where the key switch used to be. After everything's all plug and play, I will show you exactly what the system does. You can see, if I take my key, I plug it in the harness, nothing works. Essentially, this key switch doesn't work anymore. I'm keeping it so I can still use the key to lock the center column. I'm going to stick the key in the gas tank. Here's the RFID key fob that comes included with the system. There's two ways of turning the system on. The first way is if you press this button, then it turns the ignition switch on. I can turn it on here. Let the bike prime. If I kill the switch, the display shuts off, the bike shuts off, everything's good. So you guys saw the key fob in manual mode. To change it to automatic, where you just walk up to the bike, hit the ignition switch and turn it on, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to press and hold this button for 5 seconds until the light shuts off. You're going to double press it twice, and it's going to flash 5 times. What that does is it turns the key fob from manual mode to automatic. So essentially what I can do is I'm holding the key fob right here. It uses the proximity sensor to the keyless ignition module. I can start the bike up again without the key. As you can see, the key is in the gas tank. Alright guys, so just another on a demonstration from my end. So I have the key, as you can clearly see. Turn the ignition on, there's nothing. So I'm going to do the autumn or the manual start. So if I press this button once, see the green light, my display comes on. Like I said, key I'm just going to put in my pocket. I'm on my way. Like I said, I literally have no key in the ignition as I'm riding this bike. I don't know if you can see there, but again, there's not a key in the ignition at all. That's my destination. Again, key still in my pocket. Hit the kill switch, bike shuts off. When I come back, I'm going to put the bike back in automatic mode, and then change the fob from manual to auto. Then I'm going to hold down this button 5 times, or for 5 seconds till the light shuts off. I'm going to press it twice. The green light's going to flash 5 times. What this does is it puts the key fob in manual mode, or in automatic. So I'm going to just walk up to the bike next time, and start it up, and it should be good to go. I will return in just a moment. Alright guys, so I pulled the key out of the pocket, just holding it up. case you don't believe me. Get on the bike. Should be in automatic mode. I'll put the kickstand up. Flick the switch. The display does its little happy dance. Start the ignition. Like as you can see, the ignition says off, but thanks to the digital guard dog keyless ignition, I can just put these in my pocket and be on my way. If you guys were interested in this product, they do have a website. It is digitalguarddog.com. I will throw the link down in the description below. As always, guys, thank you again for watching. I'm Steve on the FZ. I do appreciate you watching this. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.